LinkedIn drives more traffic to any website than any other social media network. And it's been found that more than 50% of LinkedIn members are actually more willing to buy something that they've seen on LinkedIn than things that they've seen outside of LinkedIn. We found with our own research, as well as through other researches, that the average cost per lead for both B2B, so business to business, and B2P, business to professionals, costs a company between $100 and $125. And that's just for their name and email address. We've boiled that down to make it so we can get $10 per lead for that exact same lead. It's also been shown that 77% of B2B and B2P companies plan on increasing their use of LinkedIn. They just don't know how. They're not sure of what they need to do or how they can actually achieve that. And we do that very easily by having a 2-hour strategy that absolutely dives in and drills into this. Welcome to Lion Marketing, where you're going to learn how to use LinkedIn to market your business just like the pros do. Now, there's so many components to marketing, and every single company has a leak in their marketing bucket. Something is falling through the cracks. Now, the biggest component of this is, are they falling through the cracks in your lead generation? Are they falling through the cracks in conversion? My guess is, since you're here today, they're falling through the cracks on your lead conversion. And that's exactly what we're going to cover today, is how do you focus on making sure that you're bringing in enough leads in your business and you're able to be more effective in your marketing strategy. Now, most people have gone on and they've bought ad campaign or bought some kind of strategy from somebody selling a pre-designed "this always works" campaign on Facebook, Twitter, Google, or somewhere else online. The thing is that those aren't designed and customized to you. They are literally cookie cutter systems that work if you're going to sell the same cookie cutter system. So my guess is, since it's not working for you, you want to stop it. You want to stop using that right now. You can go ahead and, as soon as you get off of our webinar here today, stop your campaign. Send your campaign manager a notice to stop everything. Get on everywhere you have and stop those campaigns, because they are not getting you the results that you want to get. The thing is do you want to get leads? Are you ready to get the leads that you deserve to get at a price that's really reasonable? Because let's face it, $100 to $125 per new lead is not worth what you're actually paying. And marketing as an industry has created this vortex of how you can use marketing to bring new people in, and it's charging more and more money for things that really shouldn't be charged as much for. But today is an amazing day because you are getting the light shined in on this vortex, and we're going to part the clouds, and we're going to take that misconception that is out there in so many different cases and give you the facts and give you the reality of exactly how you can use LinkedIn to grow your business and stop spending so much and start saving a lot of time and a lot of money by using LinkedIn marketing. Now, there are these are images, and they're supposed to go through, and there's a couple of stories here. I've traveled around the world, and I've done so many fun things with my life in my travels. And one of the things that I found was that during my travels, everywhere I went, they said that my way is the best way. My country is the best country in the world. How I do things is the absolute best way to do things in the world. And I found that so interesting because each person had their own truth and their own reality. And it worked for them. It really, they knew to them it was perfect. The thing is what about all the people who are coming into our country, into the US on a regular basis, or moving from one country to another? Because that's not their reality. Their reality is that a different country is better to them, or a different reality is better to them. And it's just that they've seen that there are gaps in what's out there in their past reality, which is why they made that move. And those are kind of that was, you know, the concept behind what we designed here. So I'd love to share a little bit about myself so you guys can get to know me and really understand my background and where I come from. As I mentioned, I've traveled the world. That's me in India, sitting in front of the snake tamer and just enjoying the show there. I've started over 20 businesses. 7 of those have been profitable. I've mentored hundreds of businesses, and I am the founder of Invert Marketing, as well as the co-founder of what used to be called Magnetic Marketing Company. There's me at the new In-N-Out Burger in Encinitas, me skydiving, and me at an executive roundtable. So diving back into marketing and everything that comes with it. There are so many different things that you can do on marketing. You can be on Facebook, Twitter, Google, Pinterest, SEO. You can have an Instagram account. You can have a MySpace account still. There are just almost, there's almost one new social media company popping up every single month. It seems like, at least. I'm sure it's even more than that at this point in time. And it's just absolutely insane. Now, what I will say is that it's extremely, extremely, extremely important to have a presence on all of these platforms. And I want to stress this so much because this is really important. This is a writer downer. You do not need to be on those platforms to manage them. You can connect your LinkedIn to your Twitter, and you can connect your Twitter to your Facebook, and you can also connect your Google and your Pinterest and everything that you have to one account. So choose one platform that you want to work with and post on that platform only. When you do that, then you can have it share with your other platforms, and you can have things kind of routing around until so everything leads back to that one platform. And like I said, what we recommend is LinkedIn. Using LinkedIn as your solution, because there are so many valuable components to it, especially if you become a LinkedIn open networker. Now, I want you to think about this. If you go to a networking group and you meet somebody, are you gonna just, and somebody says, "Hey, here's my business card. I'd love to learn more about you. Let's connect. Let's set up a time to talk." Are you just gonna say, "No, I'm not interested"? Or are you gonna take that card? And that's the same thing. LinkedIn is an online networking community. If you were to go to a networking group, you're going to connect with those people. So if somebody from halfway across the world wants to connect with you on LinkedIn, of course, you want to vet them and check them out and take a look at who they are and what they can add value to you and how you could add value to them. But then connect with them, because you don't know who they know. Now, if for some reason you're seeing, that they're not of value, then there's obviously things that you can do. You can always take them off of your list if you need to. But the key point is that you're able to really build your network with that. You're able to build relationships through LinkedIn, and if they're a good fit, they'll purchase from you, or they'll set up a conversation with you, or get on a webinar with you so they can understand more of what you have to offer. In addition to that, if they're really great partner, then you're able to connect with them in that sense as well, and build relationships to bring in new business for both you and your new partnerships. One of the things that we see consistently are people are wasting money by using regular ads. I mentioned this statistic earlier. Most companies are spending over $100 on a lead. And, I would say just stop spending $125 or even more in some cases per lead. Get it down to $10 a lead. There's no reason that you can't spend $10 to get the exact same lead that you could pay $125 for. And the real reason behind that is because you're able to really target in more and build a conversation and a relationship. It's outbound marketing. It's push marketing is what it's called. So stop being frustrated by your current results. I love this guy. He's yelling into the phone saying, "Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?" And the reality is that there are so many different people marketing to people the exact same way. So why would you want to get in with that? Why do you want to be in the mix with the 100,000 other companies who are marketing to the same person in the same way, which is driving up your cost, which is why it costs $125 or more to get in front of that person and turn them into a cost or into a lead that you can now start to follow up with. So find new ways to do that. And that's what we did with LinkedIn marketing. We were able to look at it and see what exactly we could do. We figured out we could get predictable results every single month. We knew, like clockwork, we could do exactly what we wanted to do with it. Now, from this, obviously this is a low number, but we were able to see a 300% increase. And I'll explain a little bit more about this later. We're able to see a 300% increase in conversions, in return on investment, really, really quickly within less than 90 days. So how did we figure this out, though? That's one of the things that everybody wants to know. We were using Facebook. It was August, and this was before we'd figured out how to use LinkedIn for marketing. And we were spending about $110, $115 per subscriber using who clicked through. And I really could not have that. I just didn't believe that was a result that we should be getting. So we went back to the drawing board, and in October, after we went back to the drawing board and continued to go back, Caitlin, my business partner, she had been working on this strategy for about a month and a half at this point. And she's like, I'm missing something too. You've got half of it, that you were doing on the pay-per-click, and I've got half of it here. Like, what are we missing? Which one of these strategies could work? And let's just do one of them. We figured out that we could use LinkedIn and use a very specific formula, and we decided to do it. It just popped for us. We decided to test it out. And as you can see here, this is my profile, actually. I became number one out of in my professionals like me in my industry. I was gaining an average of about 100 to 150 new leads every single week. This was one of my high weeks, 180. Caitlin was getting actually a lot more than I was, which is interesting. And there's certain psychological dynamics to that that we focus on when we do sit down and design the strategy behind your LinkedIn marketing campaign. So if that's something that you choose to go forward with us and do. So what is a LinkedIn Open Networker? A LinkedIn Open Networker is somebody who is willing to connect with others who may be able to provide value to them. And one of the things that we really want to stress with this is it is about quality. It is about the quality of your connections. It's about the quality of the people that you bring in and that you're having conversations with. Because we can add, 10, 15, 20,000 people to a list without any interaction. But if there's no quality there, then there's no business is going to be done, or very little business is going to be done, which is why that quality is so important. We can guarantee results. We feel extremely comfortable being able to send connections up to 500 targeted leads every single month. We get a 50% connection conversion rate within 90 days. That's our guarantee. And every time we've done it, we've seen a lot more. So we promise what we know we can deliver, and we always over deliver is our model of it. And we make sure that we follow to the T the LinkedIn marketing formula while still customizing the different components of it to really fit the individual business that we're working with on their LinkedIn marketing campaign. Here's the basics of it. You connect with them, you interact with them, and provide value, add value to them, ask them if they want to buy. And of course, once they've bought, you want to wow them. You want to make sure that you deliver massive value. Same thing, promise what you can deliver and then deliver more. Let's dive into this. Targeting. Targeting is extremely important. Using keywords that they use, using the psychological analysis of what kind of words they use, what kind of things are they searching for, what are some of the key components and keywords that they have in their profile. And once you're able to do that and target it down also based on demographics, then you can have an entire list of prospects, and you can send them very intentional messages that engage them in a way that they want to connect with you. Once they've connected, you want to get to know them, show genuine interest in them, and all of the questions that we build with you are designed to create an engaging conversation that you're going to want to build back, and you're going to want to take over at some point and really have connections with the people that you're genuinely interested in having conversations with. We have hundreds of new people every single month that we connect with, and of course, almost all of those are turn into prospects and that we can start to nurture and everything. Though a select few of them, probably about 20 to 40% of them, are ones that I love those conversations, and my team takes care of all of my LinkedIn marketing for me, but I'll take those conversations, I'll take them offline, or I'll have a side conversation with them inside of LinkedIn or via email so that I can really connect with them and learn more about them. And generally, those are the quickest ones that I'm able to set up a conversation with. I can actually set up a conversation with pretty much right after this component. The next part, which is extremely important, is to add massive value. I mean, you give and give and give. Don't hold back. Make sure that when you're there, you're coming from a place of giving in a way that really makes it so that they can improve what they're doing and get the most out of what they're doing. There are so many things that you can do with this. The one thing that I want to stress extremely, it's a huge stress that you got to make sure that you do if you're giving them a resource that you designed. So your ebook, your webinar, your video series, your whatever it is, you cannot ask them to opt in again. They don't need to opt in. That's not what this is for. This is to add value to them. You already have their contact information. LinkedIn provides you their contact information so you can reach out to them and you can give them the resources here and add value to them. Once you've done that, you can do that a couple of times, even sometimes. You're really designed to get them into your funnel, turn those clients into customers. And the great thing about our process and how we do it is, for you, it's about 80 to 90% automated. Now, we actually have a team that is in place that does every single component of this by hand, which is why it's actually it's a little bit more expensive than if you were to use an automated system. That's why they're about $10 per lead. Now, I want to stress something else with this. LinkedIn, if you decided to use what's called a bot or a software that goes into LinkedIn and does all of this automatically, LinkedIn will shut down your profile. They are consistently searching profiles to make sure that they're not being used by bots. And so that's something that we make sure that it's all done by hand. So it is customized in that specific, it's customized as well as done in a way that's in alignment and in compliance with LinkedIn's requirements for their policies. Everything that we do is designed and done around your customized strategy so that you know that you're going to get guaranteed leads every single month, like clockwork. You can take those leads and you can easily convert them into clients because you know the process from A to Z, from the start of it to the finish of it. You know that those clients are going to come to you. This is Caitlin's profile. She had 237 new connections that week. She gets an average about 200 new connections per week. Now, that is incredible. She's probably one of the highest ones that we have. She's also top number one. She consistently stays at the top of her industry. She's technically in a slightly different industry than I'm in, since she focuses more on the creative side, which is interesting. So the question is do you want to do this yourself? Like, you could, and I'm not going to go through all the math here, but let's just say you paid yourself, you valued yourself at $100 an hour. Now, my guess is that your value is a lot more than that, but just because it makes my math a lot easier, we're going to use $100 an hour. You can do about 20 connections per hour if you're really good, and messages and having everything done properly and easily. 500 connections, that turns into 250 engagements, 250 resources, 250 offers sent, 750 enrolling emails over the next couple weeks to kind of remind them, 2,000 messages every single month. Leads to 100 hours that you're going to spend on LinkedIn every single month. Do you have an extra 100 hours that you can spend on LinkedIn? Do you have an extra 100 hours that you can devote to using LinkedIn for lead generation? I'm guessing, unless you want to stay up all night pretty much every single night of the week, that's no. And that's one of the reasons why hiring experts to do it is the right way to go. Now, let's just say you hire a really good VA. One of the other components is you want to make sure that your profile is protected and it's not being shared in a way that's not conducive, both to LinkedIn's profile compliance, as well as just making sure that your password and everything, as well as everything else, is being shared in a way that protects you. So let's say you get a really good one, trustworthy, costs you about $30 an hour, which is the average cost for a high quality VA who can understand how you can work this effectively. Costs you about $3,000 a month. Plus, since they're not experts, that's assuming that they can do them as fast as our team can do them. So the other component that we really love about what we do is that when we design this, you're not getting that cookie cutter. It's one of the biggest things that we take out of the equation is making sure that you're not getting that cookie cutter thing. And we do that by crafting and designing every component of what you do in that LinkedIn marketing strategy session. We craft your questions. We design what your gift is going to look like. We help you build what your offer is going to be, whether it's to schedule an appointment, to purchase a product, to get on a webinar, or some kind of or attend some type of event. And we do this in a way that is both unique and also follows our formula. So it's extremely effective and you can get the guaranteed results no matter how you use it or what your goal with your marketing campaign is. This is Carl's profile. This was less than 7 days into his campaign. We did an aggressive push on his, so just as a kind of an understanding that this is something that's possible, and it's also very, very rare that we'll do this unless it's extremely the right fit for it. We took his profile to being much higher, and we turned a profile with less than 200 leads in it, less than 200 connections in it, to having over 1,200 connections over the course of 30 days. Over the course of 30 days. Now, the statistic on the side there shows a specific week, and we added 416 leads to his list in that week using this strategy. So the question becomes again, do you want to be overloaded with having to deal with every single platform, whether it's SEO, Google, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, etc., 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 etc.? Or do you want to deal with the one solution that will get you the results that you're looking for? And that's LinkedIn. I love this. This is one of my favorite stories of all time. So there are two salesmen, and they both work for the same shoe company. At the time, this is back in the day before we had before the internet, and these two salesmen are sent out to the world to find new business opportunities. The first one gets to this island, and he is excited because he's going to a new place. There's this place doesn't have any shoe businesses yet. He's like, okay, well, there's probably got to be some opportunity here. And he gets there and he steps out of the boat. He steps off the boat onto the dock, and he starts to look around, and he starts to realize that there's no one around wearing shoes. And he starts to get really sad and just, he's like, oh man, we spent all this time to get here. So he goes and he goes back and goes and finds the phone and picks up the phone. He calls back home and he says, I'm coming home. Unfortunately, there's no opportunity here. There's not a single person on this island who is wearing shoes. So there's just no hope here. I'm coming home. I'll be back very soon. So he takes the next ride home. And on this beautiful cruise ship that's coming to this island is the second salesman. And the second salesman is just as excited, coming to this new place, new opportunities. And he gets off and he looks around and he is astonished because he sees that not a single person is wearing shoes. And oh my God, he is so excited because he's like, oh wow, there is so much opportunity here. So he goes to the hotel, he picks up the phone and he calls back and he says, you would not believe what I found here. We have boundless opportunities, send fleets and fleets and fleets of shoes. There is not a single person on this island who is wearing shoes. We can sell an entire island shoes. Send everything we've got. And that's what we're doing here. We are giving you everything we have. So my ask for you is, are you ready to use LinkedIn to grow your business and to generate leads that are really going to get you what you want? Do you know that you want to have somebody else manage your LinkedIn for you and do this for you so you can really focus on what makes you money in your business? And do you understand the value of having LinkedIn as your lead generation source? Because what I have for you is something that we only offer to a select few people. We have to make sure that everybody who works with us is a good fit to work with us. We call it LinkedIn Line Core. It's the core of what we have to offer. We do 100 leads every single month for a minimum of 3 months. You can also upgrade to that to get a 10% discount for 250 leads per month. We set everything up. We create your target market strategy. We filter everything. We design your messages, your engagement message, your resource, we also design the framework inside of your email marketing campaign. On a monthly basis, we are sending out those connections on a regular basis, pretty much every single day of the week, so that you can bring those new leads in. We also send engagement messages out to all of your new connections on a daily basis. We send those resources out to those people as well on a daily basis. And as a fast action bonus, because you've spent your time to be here and watch this today, I am also going to optimize your profile on LinkedIn. Now, this alone has made me over $5,000 just from having this, having my LinkedIn profile optimized. Before I ever did any of this, having my LinkedIn profile optimized brought me in over $5,000 of business, of people calling me and asking me to do business, to help them with their marketing and help them with their strategies. So if this is something that you want to take advantage of, go ahead and take advantage of it right now. You can click the link below. We've got a special bonus gift for you when you take advantage of it right now, that you'll be able to utilize and make sure that you're getting the most out of what we have to offer. Now, you might be wondering, well, where's my price drop, or where's the drop for that? Now, I don't offer a price drop. I stay in integrity with our prices. Our prices are our prices. What I can do is, when you choose to work with us for 3 months or more and you pay in full, we waive the setup fee for you. So that is completely waived. That initial setup fee is gone, so you're able to save almost $1,500 with that. And we do offer that for those who do choose to pay in full for 3 months or more. Anybody who would like to take advantage of that is able to. You can take a look at it on the checkout page. Has all the details on that. So I'm looking forward to working with you. Go ahead and complete the application. It will let you know if you're qualified to work with us. It's about a 5 to 10 minute application. Helps us get to know a little bit more about you, make sure that you're a good fit, and it will let you know automatically whether you qualify or not based on some of the answers that you provide. So we are looking forward to working with you, having a conversation with you, and sitting down with you during your LinkedIn marketing setup strategy to understand what your business does and how we can support you with that. Thank you, and have an amazing day.